The Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is finally getting the battery upgrade that fans have been asking for. For many years, Samsung released Ultra models with the same battery size. People hoped every year that the company would give them something bigger. This time, Samsung is making a change, but it is not the kind of improvement most people imagined. After so many years, the new battery feels exciting because it is an upgrade, but also disappointing because the upgrade is very small. For a long time, Samsung's flagship phones have struggled with battery limitations, while Chinese brands continued pushing boundaries with larger battery capacities and super fast charging. Samsung stayed with the same battery size. At first, it didn't bother most users. The 5000 mAh battery on older Ultra models was seen as strong and long-lasting. But as the industry moved forward and companies released phones with noticeably larger batteries, Samsung's decision began to look outdated. Now, according to recent leaks, Samsung is increasing the battery size to 5200 mAh for the Galaxy S26 Ultra. On paper, that sounds like an upgrade. It also allows Samsung to say that their battery is technically larger than Apple's latest iPhone. But in daily use, that extra 200 mAh likely won't make a major difference. The screen on time will probably stay close to what users already get, so real improvement may be hard to notice. Charging, on the other hand, seems to receive more meaningful attention. Samsung is expected to increase wired fast charging from 45W to 60W. Wireless charging may jump from 50W to 2050W. These changes could help the phone charge faster and get back to use more quickly. Many users will appreciate shorter charging times, especially if they are heavy phone users. Still, even with these upgrades, many fans believe Samsung is not doing enough. Chinese brands are experimenting with advanced silicon carbon battery technology that reaches up to 10,000 mAh. When compared to that, Samsung's increase of only 200 mAh seems extremely small. Some people feel that Samsung is simply making improvements that help the company stay ahead of Apple, rather than introducing real innovation that challenges the rest of the market. The pressure from Apple appears to be an important factor. The iPhone 17 Pro Max has finally grown closer to Samsung in terms of battery, RAM, storage, and performance. In response, Samsung needed something to maintain the idea that their Ultra models are still ahead. This 5200 mAh upgrade looks like it was introduced mainly for competitive comparison, not for true user benefit. This kind of situation has happened before. Apple releases something, and Samsung answers. When Apple made the iPhone Air slim and unique, Samsung introduced the Galaxy S25 Edge. When rumors spread about Apple working on a foldable iPhone, Samsung made big improvements to the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Now, Apple is improving battery life, and Samsung is making small moves to follow. Because of this, it becomes easier to guess Samsung's future decisions. For example, the iPhone 18 is rumored to have a camera with a variable aperture. This means the camera can adjust its lens opening like an eye to suit different lighting. If Apple introduces this feature, Samsung will almost certainly add something similar to the Galaxy S27. Samsung has already widened the aperture on the S26 Ultra, but Apple seems prepared to go even further. Display technology is another area where both companies compete. There are reports that Apple's 20th anniversary iPhone may have a display with no physical cutouts at all. The front camera and Face ID sensors may be placed under the screen. If Apple launches such a device, Samsung will likely answer with its own under-display camera technology in a future flagship, maybe even earlier. Foldable phones also reflect this back and forth competition. If Apple really introduces a foldable iPhone with a much larger battery than the Galaxy Z Fold 7, Samsung will likely increase the battery in the Galaxy Z Fold 8 as well. If Apple revives the iPhone Air line, Samsung may bring back the Galaxy Edge lineup. Samsung still builds strong Android phones with powerful performance, excellent cameras, and reliable software. But many users expected more from the battery department. The jump from 5000 mAh to 5200 mAh feels very small, especially after so many years of no change. Fans were hoping for something bold, something that would compete with the big battery breakthroughs happening in China. This disappointment is growing because the smartphone industry is finally paying real attention to battery life. For years, companies focused mainly on camera hardware, thin phone designs, and high refresh rates. Now that big battery improvements are possible, Samsung's safe approach feels like a missed moment. Some users say Samsung is repeating what happened before. When Apple removed the headphone jack, Samsung followed. When Apple stopped including the charging brick in the box, Samsung did the same. Many worry that Samsung is once again waiting for Apple to lead before taking real steps. The Galaxy S26 Ultra will still be an impressive phone with fast performance, strong cameras, and better charging speeds. But when it comes to the upgrade that users were most excited about, the battery, the change feels too small to justify the hype. After so many years, fans wanted something bigger, and although the S26 Ultra technically beats the iPhone, the improvement may not satisfy users who were hoping for real innovation.